Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. Please subscribe if you haven't yet already. It's a red button beneath me somewhere, and if you click on that you'll be subscribed. There's also a white bell next to that, and if you click on that you'll get an alert every time I upload new content. And if you like this video, click the thumbs up button. That would be super cool. Today's video is, I don't remember what number it is, I'll put it up on the screen. This is a series that I've been doing with the Rae Morris Makeup Masterclass book, and taking the steps and the products that she's using in this book and trying to recreate it with my own makeup and with my own kind of face and skin. People in this book are all young, lovely models, and I'm in a different situation. So I'm twisting it around a little bit, which is fun. So this is Pop Rock, and she says that you normally focus on one or the other, eyes or lips, but she did both for this look. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, please keep watching. All right, step one is to prep the skin and apply a sheer foundation, which I've already done, and then apply a sheer foundation which matches the body color. And I'm going to use the Ordinary Serum Foundation in 1.2N. Let me give this a shake. Very, very sheer, and you can see, I think, how drippy it is. So I'm applying this, and I'm pulling my hair out of the way. This is really sheer. I guess the instructions say to apply a sheer foundation, not a really sheer foundation. This is really sheer. For my, I guess it's not too sheer. I don't have a problem with my skin showing through, freckles and all. And so just blending that in, and then conceal where necessary. So I am gonna hit under my eyes with my Glossier Stretch Concealer. I look like a raccoon or a panda in light. And one eye, two eyes, and I am gonna set this. So this model is a baby. She's a young lady, and I'm not as young as she is. So I'm going to set my under eye just a little bit with some Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, just to keep that from creasing too much. Next, we're defining eyebrows. We're going to thicken them up using a strand by strand technique as opposed to filling in the whole brow. Draw in a strand at a time using the brow definer brush and a color that matches the natural brow color. I find that if I'm really trying to draw in one brow at a time, it's kind of impossible for me because I end up just filling it all in. And the easiest way for me to not fill everything in is to use something like Glossier Boy Brow. So I'm going to use that in brown just because I'm trying to not fill in my brows completely. So again, not necessarily using, it's one of the trends that I've kind of found as I've been using this, reading through this book and using the techniques in this book, is that the main principle of everything is that it's getting me to try looks and combinations and techniques and things that I don't normally use to see if they work on me or if they don't. And I know enough about the way that I do my brows to know that my hands kind of automatically just fill it all in. All right, and then there's a note. And I don't have a problem with my nose. It's not great, it's not perfect, but it's fine. I don't do a lot of contouring on my nose. But what they're saying is that the width between your brows determines the apparent width of your nose, so don't let your brows get too far apart. So what they're talking about is this right here. And they do in this book the I-Fi, kind of the Fibonacci code, the golden ratio keeps coming up in the book. And what it really is this whole, that this should be a straight line going up between the edge of your nose and your brow, and then this is another angle, and then this from the edge of your nose up here is another angle, all those things. So it's saying that if your brows get pulled too far away from where they're naturally inclined to be growing, that it can make your nose look wider, which, okay, so there's that. And then we're contouring and highlighting. I'm not gonna do that much. I suppose I'll do a little bit because it's one of the steps, but one of the things that I think is interesting, and I'm just using my NYX blush in taupe. When I'm using a really sheer foundation like this, I don't really need to do much in terms of contour or highlight or blush because my natural skin color is kind of showing through. I'll give myself a little bit of a chin tuck. But yeah, so I'll just do that. All right, step 2. This rock chic look can make the eyes appear smaller. That's why it's essential to follow the I-Fi steps. That's, again, things that I was just talking about. to make the most of your individual eye shape. And then I'm going to take a chocolate brown kohl pencil. So one of the things that she talks about in this book is that you want to be using waterproof pencils if you want your makeup not to be budging, and you want to be using kohl pencils if you're going to be making mistakes, or you want to not have something, you want to be able to smudge things, that kind of a thing. And I am going to, actually, I talked about this pencil in my 2017 favorites. I'll put that in the description box down below. This is the Estee Edit dual-sided pencil, but I'm going to use the brown. I've actually never used the brown in this pencil before. And we're supposed to be smudging a straight line under the eye. If you round this shape too much, it can make your eyes look droopy. So what's happening here is, instead of following the natural curve of my eye, I'm drawing a straight line. And I'll try to do this while talking to you, but it may end up being boring. Let me see. I'll actually bring you in a little bit. Okay, so starting out here, and I'm going to turn it so the point is kind of pointed at my eye, under eye, so I don't want to draw too thick of a line there. So what I'm doing, it's kind of curving on the outside edge, but as I move in, I'm going to try to make it go straight in and not curve up. That's hard to do. Okay, so it's right at that point right there that normally I'd be going up to follow my lash line, but here I'm just trying to make it go straight and smudge it a little bit with my finger, and it's going all the way in to the inner corner. I'll speed you through my other eye. So I see what they're talking about in terms of there being kind of a straight line, but also it is, as I'm looking at the picture, it is up a little bit here. So I'm filling it in up a little bit. Then smudge the same kohl pencil along the upper lash line towards the inner corner of the eye, staying as close to the lash line as possible. Thicken the line up as you move to the outer edge. Smudge with a detail point shader. And make sure the pencil that you use can smudge, don't use gel. So, wow, I don't have any shadow on my eye at all. At all. That's really interesting. I don't like it, but I'm gonna let it be. All right, so staying as close to the lash line as possible and making it thicker as I go out. And I'm gonna smudge with just the the less rounded side of an Anastasia dual-sided brush that came in a palette. And I'll smudge under here a little bit. And I'll do the same on the other eye. I'll speed you through this one. Yeah, the straight line is interesting. I actually like it. There are other looks that I've looked at in this book that have the straight line, and I've never quite understood what was happening with it, but I get it now. All right, step 3, using the same kohl pencil, apply heavier to the lower waterline. If you're up for it, apply the upper waterline, which I think is called your tight line, as well as it makes it last longer. So this guy, same pencil, and I'm just gonna run it on my waterline. And tight lining for me is very difficult, but I'm gonna give it a go. So what tight lining is, or what the upper waterline is, and the bottom waterline is just that area on the inside of your lid. And there's also an area on the upper part of your lid. And that's what they're talking about there. So what I normally do if I ever do this is just kind of close my eyes a little bit and rub it. And I do it on the side part of the pencil, not on the pointed side of the pencil. This can really easily, you know, become not good if you're sticking something in your eye. It just takes practice, and I don't do it very well, but it's fine to practice with. I'm seeing that I got some of the foundation away on my nose. I'm just going to go back in with that same foundation brush. Not going to put any more on there. All right, and then my other eyelid. And what this should do, especially on the upper lash, the upper waterline, is make my eyelashes look thicker. because you don't have that kind of flesh tone on the inside of your lids. I'll pull you out a little bit. All right, then I'm taking a black gel eyeliner. For that I'll use my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil in 0. And I'm going to smudge the pencil heavily, especially on the outer corner of the eye where the upper and the lower lines meet from step 2. So I'm going to do this. Interesting that the brown was a liner that was designed to be smudgy, and this is one that's designed to be more waterproof. So kind of going over that with this to darken it up. And then, this is interesting. This is a tip in step 3. Blacken the waterline in the V on the inner corner as heavily as you can. This will make your eyes look bigger, and it's a great trick for Asian eyes. So that's interesting. So I'll do that in here. So my waterline on the inside, I'm only going to be putting the black. The brown is on the other part of it. I've always understood that black near your eyes makes your eyes look kind of smaller and more closed. But I'm doing this. That's why you always put highlighter, or you don't always, but you sometimes put highlighter on your inner corner to brighten it up. But okay, wow, I am not used to using this much liner. Step 4, highlight the cheek by applying a soft powder blush. So I'm going to use NARS Laguna. I had this little duo because it's a shimmery blush, and I'm not sure, because I did highlight and contour. I didn't really highlight, but that was in step 1. But so I'm going to go back in with the highlighting blush for step 4. And then I'm applying a strong tomato red lipstick. I don't have any tomato red lipsticks. What I do have is kind of a warmish lip pencil. This is Urban Decay 714. So first I'm going to line with that. I'll speed you through that. Okay, and I completely filled that in, because what I'm going to do next is go in with a NYX matte lipstick in Indie Flick. And this is really orange. It looks a lot oranger actually in front of me. Maybe it's tomato. Maybe it is tomato. It looks really orange. Okay, I'll speed you through this. And that looks a little bit too orange to me. Like orange, not tomato orange. I'm not cheating. But I'm going to go back over with this pencil just to kind of red it up a little bit. It's just going to be orange. Okay, and then powder. So for that, I'll use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder. And powder all over using a brush that she's recommending. If your skin's oily, blot first, then powder. The more natural oil you have, the more powder your skin is going to absorb, which will end up looking cakey. I'm just going to apply this. And, oh, I missed something. I knew something was missing. Going back to step 3. Curl the lashes and apply lots of mascara nearly to the point of clumping. If you want to put some lashes on between, do so, but put these on first and apply mascara to all of your lashes at once. So I'm going to curl, and I'm going to use my Lancome Monsieur Big. I will zoom you through this. That's as clumpy as I'm going to get. I am going to go back in with this pencil though, and I'm not sure if you're seeing that it's lifted up a little bit. Happens to me a lot when I'm using a lash curler, so I'm going back in not with the... This is a really pretty brown. It's kind of coppery. Not copper, but I guess a little bit. But it's not matte. It's a little bit metallic, which is really pretty. Yeah, when I curl, I often am lifting up a little bit of whatever's on my lid. And that is it. This is my Pop Rock look. Not sure what I think about it. It's good for me to be using more liner around my eyes. I don't do that. I'm appreciating my eyes. It's my lips that are kind of throwing me off. I feel like my teeth look really yellow, but it'll come off. It's just makeup. And thank you so much for watching. A lot to do in the world and a lot to do on YouTube, and I really, truly appreciate the time that you took to spend with me today. Take care, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.